He just like, oh, I'm like, Jesus. Okay, so I just filmed an entire video and I sound like I hate my life throughout the entire thing. I'm actually like editing it right now. I sound miserable. I figured that I'm probably just gonna like record this video later. Or I should just re-record it right now. We'll decide. We have about 30 seconds. Let's retell the stories. It's fine. I asked you guys on Twitter if you wanted to see a video about my car accidents or my tickets, and a majority of you said car accidents, which I figured. My ticket stories are a little bit funnier. These ones are just like stressful. But I already recorded this about 30 minutes ago, and I'm not joking when I say I sound miserable. I'm like tired and I'm sick, so I don't have like a lot of motivation to record right now, but holy shit. I just sound like I'm like, whoa. I'm so sorry if that happens. I have like a light behind my computer which helps with the lighting. I know this lighting sucks, and I know the background sucks, and I know this situation just sucks, but I don't feel like going back out to record. That's gonna happen a lot. Just, that's all I have to say. That's gonna happen a lot. This video's gonna be a hot fucking mess. So I've been in 3 accidents. 2 of them were like real accidents. One of them's like technically not an accident, but I still like hit another car. So I'm gonna start with that one because I actually think that was the first one. I was just pulling out of a parking space and some bitch just hit my car. It's like a mutual thing because like I was pulling out of a parking space and she was going through it. I just don't think either of us were paying attention and we just like hit each other. But she like got out of her car and like looked at mine and was like, "It's fine, bye." And I was like, okay, bye. Like, what if I needed something from you, lady? Like, what if something would have actually happened and like I didn't notice at that time and I needed, she was just like, "Thanks for hitting my car." So nothing like, okay, the light's gonna just like keep flickering on and off. It's like Nosferatu in this bitch. So then the first like actual accident I got into, I think I was 17 and I was driving to work, and I used to work at like a sandwich shop. So I had my uniform on and everything, and I said where the place and the thing and all that shit. I was on my way to work and I was at a red light. You just like, and if you've ever been rear-ended, you know like that like feeling, and you're just like, why? So we pull into this park. Damn it. So we pull into, I'm gonna kill you. So we pull into like a parking lot and we get out of our cars, and he like got out and he immediately was like, "I'm so sorry, like, are you okay?" And I was fine. I mean, it just like, you know, I was like, I don't want to make a big deal out of this, but I was like, can I call my dad because I really don't know how to handle the situation. So I called my dad and he didn't answer because I could be stranded on the side of a mountain and my dad would not answer my phone call. It's not like the light bulb is like running out, like it's like plugged in. Oh, it still runs out, doesn't it? I'm stupid. Come on, give me light. Remember those things that you would like clap and the light would come on and it was like the greatest invention? I'm just gonna keep telling the story. I'm so sorry if the lighting just keeps changing, but I really don't give a fuck if I'm honest. It doesn't affect the story. Okay, it affects the story a little bit. He eventually called me back. I told him, I was like, "Hey, I'm in the parking lot at this place in this area," and he was like, "Oh, that's crazy." He's like, I'm at the coffee shop, right?" So my dad walks outside from across the parking lot and he's waving at me like, "Court, hey, hey." I just got into an accident, Dad, please. Dad, it's crazy. Hey, Dad, it's crazy. But you know what's even crazier? I just got into a car accident, so if you could stop waving at me from across the parking lot. So my dad comes over and he's like introducing himself like, "Hey, buddy, how's it going? Like, what's going on?" Okay, you're not meeting my boyfriend. Like, I just got into an accident. My car was completely fine, which is expected because we were literally at a red light. His car was fucking totaled, and I don't know how. My dad comes over and he was like, "Oh, your car's fine." He's like, "Just go to work." He was like, "And I'll stay and kind of figure this out." So the guy didn't like have to give us his information or anything like that. I had like a scratch on my car. I'm not gonna make the kid pay for it. His car is totaled. So I just went to work, and then later, as I was leaving work, there was a note on my car. Sound familiar? Except the story has nothing to do with Jimmy, and this guy's not creepy. I just think he's like, he left a note on my car. He like found my work because of my uniform, and he left a note on my car and it had like a gift card inside of it, which was really nice. The note basically said like, "Thank you so much for everything you and your father did for me. I really appreciate it. Here's a gift card to like make up for the damages, whatever." Yeah, use the gift card to buff him out. He just like gave me something, like whatever. He put his number in it, so I texted him because it was very nice of him to like even like bring me anything. I texted him and said thank you, and I said I hope everything's okay with you and your car, and he basically started like it was like, "I just think it's crazy, like out of anybody I could have hit in the world, like I hit somebody as pretty as you," and all this stuff. And I was like, "You just hit my car and now you're trying to hit on me. That's not how this works." He asked me out and I said no because I'm a little bit pissed off that you hit my car and then you're like using that as like a way to break the ice. Guys are weird. So I got a gift card and a date out of it. And the last accident I got to was actually more recent. It was like a year ago, probably like less than a year ago. And it's like the most innocent story ever. I was going to Michael's to get like stuff to just like make because I was bored and I wanted to like make something. I like making things. I was at a red light and I was stopped like already, and the light was red. That's typically what happens at a red light. But I am supposed to wear glasses, but I don't. But I need glasses at night, like, because I just can't see. So I was like reaching into my purse to like get my glasses. My purse was on the floor, like on the passenger side. I was reaching to get my glasses. I saw like out of the corner of my eye that a light turned to green, but it wasn't my light. Just like by instinct, I started to go. So I hit this guy's car. We were stopped. So it was like I barely hit this guy's car. I barely hit this motherfucker. He immediately just jumps out of his car and starts like screaming at me. And I was like, dude, can we like pull in somewhere? Like, we don't need to stop traffic for this shit. And he was like, well, are you gonna follow me? I'm a child. You think I'm just gonna like dip out of here? I was like, I guess I will follow you into the parking lot. His wife immediately calls 911 because this is totally a situation worth calling 911. And I call my dad because I could have handled it on my own, but like not at this point. This guy was an asshole. So I was like, I don't want to do anything. So the guy's like sitting there and he's like, I need this and I need this and I need this from you. And listen, buddy, you already called the police and my dad's coming. I'm gonna wait till either of them get here to do anything because you clearly want something from me that I don't have. And I look at his car and his car is just busted up, dents everywhere, and not from me, just because that's his car. Like, he had a really old, not nice car. My dad pulls up and he like looks at the car and he was like, what happened? And I was like, I literally was at a red light and I barely like tapped the guy's car. And he was like, you weren't like turning or in another lane, because this guy had like a huge dent in like the corner of his bumper. So like if I would have been like turning, yeah, I could have caused that, but I was literally going straight. Like, the only thing I could have done is that tiny little scratch, because the same situation happened to me. And my dad was like, dear God. So then the police officer gets there and the police officer, same thing. He was like, what happened? And I was like, we were at a red light, I was reaching for something and I barely tapped it. And as I'm talking to the police officer, this guy's like screaming in the background, he was texting! I wasn't on my phone and I wasn't texting. He kept like saying like, I want her to do this and like I want her phone records. And I was like, you want my fucking phone? I was like, you can have my fucking phone and you can check the last time I texted somebody, last time I went on social media. I was like, that's fine. I wasn't texting and driving. If I was texting and driving, I would have admitted to it. I'm not an asshole. I can admit to my mistakes. And basically this guy was just an asshole, and the cop was like on my side because the cop was like, dude, you need to calm the fuck down. Like, nothing happened to your car. This guy's trying to say that that dent in his bumper was from me, and he's saying that there's gonna be like damages underneath the car and to his like engine or some shit. He's like saying he wants me to get a ticket and he wants me to get fined, and the cop is saying that I have to like, I would have had to have caused a certain amount of damages in order to get a ticket. The guy was like, oh, this is well over this amount of money, and the cop was like, well, actually, my friend has a Mustang, which is much nicer than your car, and he just got a new bumper and it only cost this much. And so the guy started freaking out because the cop literally was like throwing shade at his car, his piece of shit car. And the guy's like, this is my mom's car, and like then and I was like, ha, there we go. 40-year-old driving his mom's car with his wife. Makes complete sense. I forgot to mention this. While we were waiting for the police, the wife apparently didn't think they were coming fast enough because the situation is so urgent that we need police like ASAP. So she called them like 3 times. And I'm like thinking, somebody could have been dying down the road and dead now because you thought our situation was so horrible that we needed police here now. Yes, they're gonna take 30 minutes to get here because they don't care. They do not care that I tapped the end of your car. They don't give a fuck. This guy was a massive douche, and holy shit. I'm very lucky that my 2 accidents, or 3, I guess, weren't bad, because I could have been much worse. I'll tell you guys the story about my tickets like later on. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope the lights flickering on and off didn't piss you off too much, because it pissed me off. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. Whoa. The weirdest fucking noise. I love cereal. I'm just throwing this in at the end because, like, why the fuck not? I am so obsessed with Louis C.K. right now. I've rewatched the same, like, stand-up acts. I am in love with him. He's so fucking funny. I wish I was that funny. My goal in life is to just be funny. What do you want to be when you grow up? Funny? Why do I do that? I just start eating in the middle of my sentence like you're a fucking animal. Okay, bye.